Hello everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com, and today we are going to be making a fall card using the Colorful Seasons bundle. This is a great set that is available in our catalog that can be used for all the different seasons. So today we're going to be making it pretty fall-ish, and I'm going to show you how we did this. Pretty simple. There's some die cutting and so forth. We're going to be using the seasonal layer thinlits. I've used a layered circle to help me create a mask for our background. And then I've also used the Painter's Palette set just for this splattered stamp. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. For our card base, I have a piece of thick Very Vanilla. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Pumpkin Pie that is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have another piece of Very Vanilla that is not the thick, just the regular, and this is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, right? Or 5. I think it's 5. Hold on. Yes, 5. I knew I said that wrong. Okay. And then I have a couple scraps that we're going to use for our dies. I have a piece of Early Espresso, a scrap of Very Vanilla, and a scrap of crushed curry. Okay, so let's start with our mask. So this is my top layer of Very Vanilla. I have cut just a piece of computer paper with this large circle. So I've just lined that up kind of where I want it. I think I had it coming from this way. And we're going to use this as our mask. So for the colors that we're using today, I have some Cajun Craze, crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and some pear pizzazz. We are going to use this pumpkin pie, and I have a sponge dauber here, and I have a scrap piece of paper that I'm just going to stamp off on, and I'm just going to hold this in place, and I'm kind of going to go from side to side. You can do this as light or as dark as you want. If you wanted to add some more yellow in there, you could. So that's an easy way to just create a quick mask. Let me set that aside. Also use the splatter stamp. So we have that here. And same thing, I'm going to bring in the pumpkin pie as well as the crushed curry. But for this one, I'm definitely going to want to stamp off. So I'm going to stamp off twice. And I'm just going to come in, stamp off, and we're going to go around. Let me put that over my scrap. I just want to get this corner. I'm going to now bring in some of the crushed curry color. Same thing, I'm going to stamp off. This one I'm just going to stamp off once. So on the scrap of Very Vanilla, I'm going to bring in the Cajun Craze, and I'm going to use the detailed leaf stamp from the set with the lines. And we are going to, probably going to need another scrap. I'm going to do 2 of those. And then with the little leaf in this set, this is the solid image, I'm going to stamp 2 of those in the pear pizzazz. Just like that. Okay, so now we're going to do some die cutting. I actually could probably stamp my sentiment, but I'm going to wait until I lay down my other pieces to make sure I have enough space for where I want it. Okay, let me grab my big shot here, and we'll start with our leaves. I actually can only do one of those large ones at a time, so I'm going to lay my die over that. That looks good. That die seems to be a little bent out of the package, but that's okay. We can make it work. Okay, see how quick and easy that is? I love these. I love framelits, period. They're just so easy to work with. Alright, now we can use the crushed curry, and we're going to cut 2 of the more detailed leaf. So I'm going to run this through. So I'm going to leave this here just so you can kind of see how the die brush just helps pop that right out. Alright, and we're going to do another one of those. That I am doing in the early espresso. So we will send that right through. Okay, and let me just run those with the die brush and we'll be right back to put this together. Okay, so there we have all of our pieces. I'm just going to bring back this scrap piece of paper that I was using, and we're going to do a little bit more coloring with our sponges. So I'm going to do some crushed curry and pumpkin pie over these leaves. So this is my crushed curry, just to give those leaves some more color and look more fallish. There we go. Just sponging something and even like crinkling it a little with your fingers will make a huge difference on the front of your card. Okay, so let's do the pumpkin pie. I'm going to dot that off a little. That one's a much more deeper color, but see how much that changes the leaf? That's wild. Look at that. So pretty. That's worth the extra few minutes just to do that. Okay, let me close those inks up, and then we can begin to assemble. So I think what we'll do first is we'll lay down our layers. I'm going to use some snail here. We'll adhere that to our pumpkin pie. That looks good. We can actually put that down on our base as well. And again, I'm using the Thick Very Vanilla. That's a newer product now in our annual catalog. So nice to have that option. Alright, so now we can bring back our pieces. I think we'll start with the chair. So I have my silicone mat here. I have my fine tip glue. That's the easiest, I think, to use with these types of pieces. So I'm just going to put a little bit up each slat, and that should be enough to hold this. So we're going to flip that over. I'm going to put that about there. I love using my blocks to help hold things down, so I'm going to give that a moment. With the smaller green leaves, I'm going to grab a glue dot. I'm just going to stick that right to the leaf. And we're going to put one of those right here that's still not quite stuck, so I'm going to hold that down. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the stem of one of our leaves. I see a little piece here that I must have missed. There we go. So I'm going to use the fine tip glue one. Here's a piece that didn't come off. Let me just pull those real quick. Fine tip glue pen on this as well. Love the fine tip glue. It's definitely something you should have in your craft room for these little delicate pieces. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one in from that corner now. So I'm going to leave my block on that side, and then on this side I'm going to trim off the edge of that as well. I'm going to add some snail to my leaf. I'm going to bring that in from here, and then this one, we'll see how the stem goes. I'm not going to add glue there because I might pull it off, but I'm going to add some more glue to this, and we're going to lay this over. So just to give the card a little bit more interest, we're going to lay that over our other leaf. Okay, so we'll hold the block. This one now, I'm just going to take some snail. Let me close this glue up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take some snail in the back of this one. You can fold that in. I'm going to put that kind of over our other leaf. With our last little leaf, again, I'm just going to use a glue dot. We're going to grab that, and I'm going to kind of overlap that. So just giving it a little bit more interest. I'm going to bring back in the Cajun Craze, and then we are using the sentiment, may all of your tomorrows be as happy as today. I'm going to ink that up in the Cajun Craze. Beautiful fall color. And we're going to stamp that right here. And you could totally use like a little bit of your Wink of Stella if you want to give your leaves a little bit of a glisten, like, you know, they're wet from the dew. That would be beautiful as well. Give this a nice score. I'm actually considering doing this card for one of the swaps at our on-stage conference that's coming up in November. I thought this would be very fitting. But see, that is our card. Beautiful. Here is the original one. Just screams fall to me. So if you would like to purchase any of today's products, I will have a full supply list in the description of the video. So another thing I wanted to mention, guys, is that we are currently having a paper pumpkin promotion. So that is the monthly kit from Stampin' Up. This comes to your door every month. And for first-time subscribers, you can save 50% off your first month's order. So I will put up the link for Paper Pumpkin in the description of the video, and then be sure that you use the promo code to get your kit at 50% off. It's a great deal. Typically the kits are $19.95 a month. That includes shipping, and so $10 is an amazing deal for the September kit. So just keep that in mind. And I also wanted to let you know I have received my holiday catalogs. So current customers should have theirs by now. I have mailed those. If you would like a holiday catalog, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to get one in the mail to you. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you later.